So my name is Mohri Exline, and I studied abroad in the summer of 2016 in Lima, Peru. And then I also was in the Peace Corps. I started my service in January of 2019, and I lived in Albania, and my city of service was Choravod. So this picture over here on the left is a picture of me in Peru, up in the mountains of Peru, and we were cooking a meal for our students at our after school program. This is me and a couple other volunteers. And then also that's me on the right over in the middle of an olive field at my training site in Jurgen, Albania. Okay, so why did I study abroad? So I went and studied abroad in Peru because one, I had been studying Spanish for a really long time, and I really wanted to be able to use it and see how I would function in a different country and how I would function in a different culture and learn about that, learn about the people and the place, and to see what my life would be like in a different place without the safety net of my family and without the safety net of other people that spoke English. So that being said, one of the things that I chose to do was I did the service learning option for the International Studies Abroad program. And there I worked with an organization called La Casa de Panchita, and it is what would you call it, a labor rights organization, but we worked with young women that were going into domestic labor, and we worked to get them good contracts and made sure that they had their rights upheld in their working contracts. And then we also worked with young people that shouldn't be in labor situations, and we took them out of those labor situations and put them back into school and made sure that they were supported in that program. So that being said, I really chose to do this because why not? It was a great experience. It was awesome to be able to really understand that and to understand the way that I would be functioning somewhere else, because long term, I really wanted to go into the Peace Corps. And even longer term, I wanted to work in some sort of international organization. So that leads me to Albania. Like I said, I had always wanted to do Peace Corps. It had always been kind of in the back of my mind. So that being said, long-term career goals-wise, I wanted to work for an international relief organization, something like Red Cross maybe. And a lot of those jobs kind of required having experience living and working abroad. And so I really wanted to be comfortable in that kind of situation. And Peru was something that it was kind of like a test for the Peace Corps to see if I could do it. And it really did. It made me feel comfortable with being uncomfortable. And it made me feel comfortable being in that kind of situation where I was completely alone in my own culture in the middle of something completely different, and to figure out how I could do that and how to be okay in that situation. And honestly, it really helped. Being in a study abroad program really equipped me to be able to be successful in Albania and to do a good job integrating into that culture. The other things at K-State that really helped me in my Peace Corps experience were leadership experiences at K-State. And because of all of the decisions that you have to make as a leader on campus, and all of the decisions you have to make in a group with other people that may see things differently than you, it really helped me to understand how to best work with others and how to best deal with situations that may not go the way that I want them to for a variety of reasons. And that being said, that really helped me when I went to Albania, because all of a sudden there were people that had completely different life experiences than I did. And I needed to work together with them to make decisions and to accomplish goals that maybe were not the goals that I thought should be accomplished, and maybe not the way that we should go about accomplishing those goals in my mind. But it wasn't about me. It was about helping other people to accomplish the goals that they felt we needed to accomplish, and maybe were for the betterment of a greater thing. And that being said, leadership experiences really helped me to prepare for that. So this is my town, and it was called Chorvod, and communism was, you know, ruled Albania for a really long time. And so after communism fell is when Peace Corps came back to Albania, and this is my town, and there's a lot of communist roots here. So a lot of things like in the sides of this canyon over here, there are a lot of tunnels and just big caverns of where, communist roots were. And they, kept a bunch of, like, those were the hideouts as to if the country was ever to be invaded. And so I worked with tourism, and that was something that I was able to kind of help them to look at all of the beauty in this country and look at all of the beauty in the history there, that they really just, don't like it. They don't like all of the sadness that comes with that history. But it was one of the things that we worked for, was to kind of figure out how to move forward with that and figure out how to make something productive out of something that did cause pain in the past. So yeah, that was kind of my goal in Albania. And then finally, this is over here on the right is Jurgen. That was my training site. And there I really learned that everything, every moment, every interaction that you have with anyone is a teaching moment. And so a lot of what we did there was we worked with young kids, and we had this group of students that would go out and just hang out with us on the weekends. And we would go hiking around. And a lot of what we did with them was just learning how to be a part of this culture, and how to take something that may seem negative, because there's just so much negativity, especially it's just overwhelming in the Albanian culture, as far as, there's just extreme joblessness, extreme poverty. And so being able to talk to people about, hey, there are ways to move up. There's ways for you to continue like staying in school and to see the beauty in the world, and to, go out there and make a positive impact on other people around you. And so we spent a lot of time working with those kids and building up leadership skills and building up just general positivity about the culture and about, being with each other. And so that was really one of my big takeaways from Jurgen. And then the other thing is that it really is every day is hard, because being in the Peace Corps is like trying to get people to trust you in a situation where, you're walking into somewhere where people don't know you and they don't really know anything about you, and you can't speak their language, you don't know their culture. So you're both learning each other at the same time. And I think that can be really frustrating at times, but my advice and my biggest takeaway from that is that if you just keep going and you just keep your positive attitude, then you will make it and things will happen. And honestly, it will take a long, long time, but the end reward will be very, very sweet. And yeah, everything is worth it.